And as Jillian mentioned, we don't have just a one-size-fits-all. We really target our interventions. We take the assessment and provide the student with just exactly what they need. So we're just going to go over a couple of our interventions. And I just want to point out, we just talked about the core assessment, assessing multiple reading measures. But to go with that, we use their source book, and it's Core Teaching Reading Source Book, and it's authored by Linda Diamond. And actually, she's going to join us toward the end of the webinar. And the nice thing about that is you can pick it up just like the assessment book, and it targets all 5 areas of reading. It'll tell you what, where, when, how to do a skill. So in the area of phonological awareness, I just pulled up this page because this is Alcone and sound boxes. And once again, because phonological awareness is such a strong predictor for future reading success, this little skill created by a former psychologist is a very nice visual representation. And when you have anything multisensory or visual with young learners, or actually any learner, it's pretty effective. And simply what this does, the Alcone procedures, provides a picture. Here's a picture of a sun, and below it are sound boxes. So you have nothing, not a letter, not any phonics. It's all auditory. And so with the boxes, you can put sticky notes in them, or we use Unifix cubes, M&Ms, marbles, any kind of visual to isolate sound. So the word sun, you could say to the child, okay, let's push up. Where do you hear the S sound in the beginning? Where do you hear the sound? Where do you hear the N sound? You're blending, maybe you're saying, where do you hear the and they're trying to find the middle, the beginning, the end. Another thing, just for those of you out there who want another little strategy, we take string, or tiny little string from the craft shop, and get about 5 beads, tie the ends in knots, and take those beads and use them for blending and segmenting. So if you have the word stop, ask the child, okay, move the bead up, make sure they move 4 beads over. If you have the word shop, you're really watching them. They're going to move 3 beads because one phoneme, sh, is one sound, up. So that's just visual, multisensory ways that you can demonstrate that important skill. Then for phonics, I chose to show you this page because this is, no matter what you're teaching, explicit instruction. This is an explicit instruction lesson for phonics, but explicit instruction is one of the most effective things you can use. And I'm just going to give you an example. If you're teaching the letter A, you're going to tell the student this letter A says ah. You're going to use a multisensory skill. Maybe you're going to draw on sand. You're going to enter phonics into it. You're going to write or talk about short A words, cat, fat, mat. And then here is the most important thing you're going to do. Apply it to text. So if you're talking about you're talking about fat, cat, sat, you're going to read a book that's totally just using that skill. So the fat, cat, sat. And then you're going to add sentences or dictating a sentence. The perfect thing to remember about explicit instruction is to always take it from concept to application. If you think about teaching someone to ride a bike, you would tell them the mechanics, tell them how you do it. But unless they get on that bike and really apply it, they're not really going to have solid, effective bike riding skills. So that's just an important tool. The next one is just a phonics skill that from the book, and this is very visual. It's blending routines. Simply, you're just going to put your finger, touch the M, say the M sound, say the vowel sound, take your finger and blend the 2 sounds. And this is just a good way to have students isolate sounds. Once again, that's going to help them in the future with spelling and writing. So you're just getting them in the mode, you're blending, you're isolating sounds. And you're tapping and touching. And this one, I really like this one. I'll have to tell you, I sat with some 8-year-olds not long ago, and if you look at this, this is teaching the long vowel silent E and then digraphs vowel teams, but it does the same blending. You're going to touch the T with your finger, say the T sound, but then notice you're going to take 2 fingers when you touch the A and the E. You're going to touch them together and say one sound. That sort of shows the student that that sound has one long sound, and then you're going to touch the P and put it together, tape. And I really like how you do the same thing with 2 fingers, touch the first sound, and then take your 2 fingers, touch the vowel combination, and then the N. That visual was just very powerful. And then I would take this to the decodable level and provide some books with long vowel patterns to help that skill get secure.